for a few people to show up, and then we're going to get started, okay? But first, I'm going to go get something to put in our drinking horn for us, okay? I'll be right back, everybody. All right. I'm back. I had to get us something to drink. And we're back with our drinking horn, everybody. So we're back to being able to doing scalds. Hello, my baby. How you doing, my Jin Jin? All right, we're going to wait for a few more people to show up. And then we're going to get started on final thoughts, okay? The goal for tonight is at least 2 subscribers and at least 20 likes. Hey, baby, it looks like we're the only ones in here right now. We're going to wait and see. Oh, hello. Welcome to the show, everyone. My name is Clint Gage. And we're going to be talking about how every now and then you just need some help. You know, guys, it's true, you know. So this is going to be final thoughts for tonight. We're going to wait for a few more people to show up. Until then, we're going to have a short hangout. If you don't mind, come join the show. Because we've got a few rules just that we follow by. Be respectful and do not troll. Other than that, you're great. And the way we work final thoughts is I talk for the first 30 minutes. And then we hang out for the last 30 minutes. All right? So come on in and join the show. You know, welcome or welcome. Welcome, everybody. You know, if you would like, also, please go visit at JenHolder976. That's my girlfriend. She's another wonderful YouTuber and trying to build her station. She's another small content creator. Let's show her some love. You know, we can get our first like up there. Then we'll do our first skull like we normally do. Oh, there we go. There's our first like. So here's our first scald of the evening. Scald, everybody. All right. We're waiting for just a few more people, guys. Can't do the show with just 2 people. So, guys, like and share and subscribe. You know, hit the bell icon. Come visit us some other times. You know, thank you for the other like. You know, hello, Penguin. You gave the first like. All right. You get a scald to yourself, brother. I know my Jin Jin gave me a like, too. So, here we go, Penguin. Scald, my brother. All right. Let's pin this. Okay. Yeah, Penguin, that goes out to you, man. You know, thank you for liking the show. You know, we're just waiting on just a few more. This is a Viking drinking horn. I'm Viking by descent, hence the Mjolnir ring, the Mjolnir necklace, the bracer, and the brand. Oh, you're a girl. So sorry, Penguin. You know, my dear, welcome into the room. We just waiting to share with a few other people. You know, other than that, we'll start at 5 minutes, guys, and we'll just start talking. Oh, thank you, Penguin, for understanding. You never can tell. I know guys that love penguins. You know, I actually got to feed penguins one time. They're bitey little things. You know, they're snippy. But they're so adorable. You know, they definitely got some little serrations in them little bills, though. If you don't pay attention, they'll slice your finger. Oh yeah, I've dealt with many of animals, many different kinds of animals. All right, guys, we've hit the 5-minute mark, so I'm going to go on ahead and start the show. So tonight we are talking about sometimes you just need help, guys, and it's true. Okay, guys, it doesn't matter how hard you struggle sometimes. You just need a helping hand, and there's nothing wrong with reaching out for that helping hand. There's nothing wrong with asking somebody to lend a hand, but it's only if you really need it, guys. If you can't help yourself, then you need someone to help you, guys, and that's when you need to reach out. That's what friends are for. That's what family's for, guys. And as y'all know, my shuck is sick, badly so, actually. And I'm trying to get him nursed back to health. The problem is I can't afford what I need, guys. And it's painful knowing that I can't, guys. So I have to ask family and friends right now for help. Sorry I'm lagging. My internet signal isn't the best, but yeah, I have to ask family and friends right now for help. And sometimes you got to do that. I have a veteran friend, Ian Ileana. He has to ask for veteran disability benefits, and they keep denying it. They have for the past 7 years, guys, and he really needs it. He can't even walk into a restaurant and sit down and eat a meal happily without a PTSD trigger, guys, and that's a horrible, horrible thing. And we're working so hard to try to find a way to help people here at the Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum, and unfortunately, we can't find anybody dedicated enough to want to do it. Now, my friend Ian is willing to, I will tell him that, sweetheart. Right now, he's over at Ms. D's house, Ms. D's trailer, so he can have a little change of scenery, I'll definitely tell him. He's a black lab, by the way, England. But guys, a homeless man on the side of the road. Most people think he gets there because he's lazy. Guys, some of us were homeless for bad situations. Some of us were homeless from childhood. I know I was thrown out of my house at 16. I left on my own at 16 and a half. And I've been on my own ever since, guys. And I struggled hard. I dug myself out of poverty several times and then got thrown right back into it, And whenever I got thrown right back into it, I would always have to ask for help, guys. And it sucks to have to do that, Oh, it's fine. It made me a strong person. It made me innovative. It made me resourceful. I can survive almost anywhere, and that's what makes Gator Gator. It's what makes me, going through those experiences was rough. Yes, I starved a lot, but I managed to make it through it. I managed to pull myself up out of the gutter, and I know other people can, but sometimes you need help to be able to do that. And guys, I know there's a lot of men out there that have got a lot of pride, and that pride stands between them and asking for help sometimes when they really, really need it. I know a man that died of pneumonia simply because he didn't want to go to the doctor. He thought he could cure it of his own accord, and we found him dead in his house 3 days after he had passed on, and it was so horrible. What's up, guys? Yes, Penguin, they call me Gator. That's my nickname. Or the Smiling Swamp Rat. That's another nickname for me. But anyway, so yeah, sometimes you just need people that can come into your life and give you a helping hand just for a little while. Don't make it forever. Make it temporary. And make sure that you earn your keep while you're there and you're getting that help. Guys, make sure you're not an ungrateful make sure you're not an ungrateful recipient. Sorry about that. I kind of got tongue-tied for a little bit there. But make sure you're never ungrateful for any gift given to you. You know, always strive to make sure that you prove to whoever is helping you that you appreciate them, that you care for them, that you know that they don't have to do this, but they choose to do this, and that you appreciate them. You know, that you will pay them back, and make sure you find a way to pay them back. Even if it's something small, like you come over one day and mow their lawn for them. You know, they need some repairs done to the porch, so you take care of it. You know, you come over one day and you do the laundry for them. Just little small things to say thank you here and there for those people that have helped you. You know, and if they need help, by all means, never turn them down. Always bring them in if they've helped you before. You know, guys, never turn somebody down that's helped you. That's just mean. You know, that's not right. You know, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with going to people and being like, hey guys, I need assistance. You know, I'm down on my luck. You know, and I'm at the end of my rope. I've tried everything. And there are times that's going to happen. Nothing hits you harder than life. You know, it's going to hit you right in the groin, and it's going to keep doing it over and over and over and over again until you learn lessons to be able to get around and dodge that kick. You know, guys, and you're going to need help in between here and there, especially when you're young. You know, when you're coming up from high school into college and you're reaching your adulthood and you're actually getting into who you are and everything like that, guys, and you finally get to see what it's like to be a grown person, it's going to smack you right in the face. You know, guys, it's going to be rough. You're going to have a lot of nights of ramen noodles. You're going to have a lot of nights of rice and gravy. You know, you're going to have a lot of nights of, I don't know where my food's coming from. But you're also going to have to study, and you're going to have to hold down a job, and you're going to have to pay for a dorm, and you're going to have to pay for books, and you're going to have to pay bills. You know, guys, it's going to hit you, and it's going to hit you hard, and it's going to hit you fast. You know, so get ready for it. I suggest get a job as soon as you're old enough, and start saving money as soon as you can. You know, that is the best source of information I can give you. So that way maybe you don't have to turn around and ask for help later on. But guys, don't be silly and jump from job to job to job. You know, take it seriously. Hold down the fort. You know, hold on to what you're doing. So that way you don't have to ask for anybody's help. Advice, yes, but that's a different form of help. You know, advice is always a great thing to ask for. You know, never turn down good advice. You know, never turn away somebody who's trying to give you advice, even if you've heard it before, because it might be worded in a different way that makes you picture it from a different perspective. You know, guys, so there's always a reason to turn and look and see what's in front of you and to really focus on it and to really strive for your goals. You know, guys, and that best thing to do then is to start early. You know, start early on working for them goals and don't stop. Don't slow down, because eventually if you do, you're going to be in a position where you're going to have to ask for help. You know, and even then, you might still have to ask for help, even on that road to success. You might need mentors. You might need, you know, tutors. You might need friends that can drive you to places to get you to, you know, help you get from back and forth. You know, guys, there's always something that's going to happen. Life is never going to be just straightforward and simple. It's always going to be a hard, rocky road, guys. You know, and if your life is straightforward, simple, and easy, man, you got it lucky, and I'm so happy for you. You know, keep going. Keep, you know, do what you got to do, man. Great on you. But if your life is a struggle, guys, you're going to get through it. Just keep pushing. If you need help, ask. You know, if you need to come on YouTube and you need to ask for cash, do it. You know, guys, if you have to, you know. But that's if you're in dire straits. You know, if I couldn't have found anybody to help me with my dog, then I would not have been on here being as, you know, proud as I am right now and being able to talk about this so easy, because I've been having to ask you guys for help, you know, and that's unfortunate. You know, I would never want to ask you guys for help. I don't want to ask. I don't want to take y'all's money. Y'all's money is y'all's money. So I found another way. but I still had to ask for help. Guys, I still owe somebody cash, but at least this way I can do it in other ways. Guys, I can give them some fish and trade them some fish for a thank you. Guys, we are trying to hit a nice little. My dog's okay. He's getting more strength. He's moving around more. We're still having. He ate today, but we're having trouble getting him to eat more than ever so often. But at least he started eating. Guys. So it's actually working. Yeah, and he's okay, Xavier. Thank you so much. We're getting him back to health. It's a slow process because, it hit him so hard and so fast. And that's why I had to end up asking family for help, because he wouldn't have lasted a month if I didn't have done it. Or, if I wouldn't have done it, didn't have done it. Listen to me. Damn. I can't talk. But anyway, so yeah, if I wouldn't have asked for help, I would have lost him. But I've seen guys at work. If you wish, and guys, I don't say this with any pride or any happiness. If you wish, you can go to capital K, Knight Sanctum, on Cash App. Be the cash number, capital K, NIGHT SSANCTO, or UN, Knight Sanctum. Scald, we're getting past 15 minutes, guys. Oh, you don't have to, Penguin, but thank you. But anyway, it's okay, Penguin. You don't have to. I got him taken care of now. But you don't have to donate. It's okay. There'll be other times. But anyhow, guys, asking for help doesn't make you less of a person. It doesn't make you a beggar. It doesn't make you terrible. It doesn't make you a lazy person. It just means you hit hard times. It just means you need help. It just means that what you're going through. Oh, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. But I can give y'all, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Guys, I don't want anyone to feel bad for me. Don't feel bad for me. Feel bad for the rest of the world that's in worse shape than I am. Guys, there's other people out there that need your help, that are in way worse condition than me. I got friends and family that can help. Guys, I figured that out. I've got friends and family that can help. So don't worry about me. I've got me and Shep covered. Thank you, Chase. What's up? But, we're talking about getting help, sometimes. Now, there's all different kinds of forms of help. Oh, he's over there chilling with my stepmom right now, enjoying some wet food. He's enjoying some nice, good, warm, comfortable bed with some wet food and some nice milk and some nice water. He's getting the pamper treatment right now. She's just watching him while I'm doing my show. So thank you for asking. But he's been able to walk around. He even tried to play tug of war today. So he's definitely trying to feel better. But the vet bill wasn't much. I'm able to afford it. But we just got to definitely keep him alive until we get there. The vet bill's $70, so I'll be able to take care of him. And that's where I ended up doing some lawn care and getting the money for it. That's why I've been busy a lot lately, guys. Sorry if I haven't been to y'all's channels or anything like that, guys. I've been catching people late. Unfortunately, I've been catching it afterwards. But I still go back and watch them, guys. And just so y'all know, I do treat my fans, like I would want them to treat me. I go back and I watch y'all's videos, guys. As long as y'all subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you. You know, and that's just how it works. You know, that's helping each other. You know, that's creating a network. You know, and it's always wonderful to know that you can create such great friends. Yeah, only $70 because of my disability. I get a discount. I didn't know that, but this veterinarian's going to give me a discount, so I get a 75% off, just like a senior citizen. So I get to take care of my dog because he's not only a guard dog, but he is my emotional support animal. So he is technically my counselor when I don't have a counselor. You know, so that's my Shuck. And I love him to death. You know, I love him to death so much. He's 10 years old almost, you know, so he's been a great dog. He's been a wonderful, wonderful animal. I'm about to have to get me a new puppy, which he's not going to like. He's going to fight me over that. But it's almost time to retire him. But guys, we're almost at the 30-minute mark, so I'm just going to say this one last thing, you know, before we do our 30-minute toast. So, you know, asking for help can come in many forms. You know, sometimes it can be mental help. You know, sometimes you just need somebody to talk to, somebody to vent to. You know, sometimes you just need someone that lends a helping ear. You know, not even a hand, just an ear to listen to. You know, just someone to talk to. Sometimes you just need, oh, nice, Xavier. Sometimes you just need, you know, some mental counseling. You might need some medication for a little while. You know, guys, sometimes you need medical help. You know, there's all kinds of things that come with help, but you need to get it, you know, sometimes. If you're in that kind of a bind, don't let yourself suffer. You know, go on ahead and ask for help, guys. Don't push yourself to the point where you're broken. You know, make sure you get what you need. Make sure you take time for yourself. You know, that's always important. You know, it's just like right now. My time to myself is my shows. I know guys that really doesn't care for their dogs properly, so I might have to take it and either keep it or find a good home. I got you, Xavier. I've done that before. I've worked with the Texas Parks and Wildlife. We commandeered a few people's animals because they would not, you know, take good care of them. And I'll never forget Leo the lion. That's a very sad story. But anyway, guys, so to get back to my point, you know, just don't be afraid. Do it before it gets too bad. Yes, Leo the lion was a very, very sad story where we found this animal. He was an African male lion. He was being kept in somebody's backyard in a dog kennel. They had broken his teeth. They had ripped out his claws. They'd shaved his mane. They'd beaten him into submission to the point where he was terrified of people. You know, he wouldn't even lash out. He was so scared of us, he would just crawl in the corner and pee himself. You know, and it just was a horrible sight to see. He was so malnourished. And when we took him to the Kirbyville Wildlife Sanctuary and Big Cat Refuge, we ended up giving him some steel canines. We gave him steel claws so he could actually use them. And he ended up turning into a big old giant house cat. Oh, I'm doing great, Raymond. What's up? And Xavier, it's your dog's brother? That's cool. Unfortunately, my dog and his brother don't get along. They actually try to kill each other, so I have to keep them separate. But we're almost to our 30 minutes, guys. So I'm going to go on ahead and say, let's start the hangout. So if y'all have any Q&As, or if y'all have any questions, I have answers. You know, guys, feel free to ask anything about me. I'm an open book. I'm doing great today, Raymond. You know, we haven't had so many trolls today. Found some of my armor I made. I made this years ago when I was homeless. It's made out of hog hide. It's in case I had to deal with animals. You know, I could give them something to bite on other than meat. Oh, it's just a wolf blanket. Just a little wolf blanket. You know, try to keep my room a little dark. I'm a bit of a vampire when it comes down to that. I love wolves too, actually, especially white ones. My totem is a white wolf with green eyes. It's called the Wolf of Loyalty. You know, I saw it years ago in a dream whenever I was still just a small young boy. You know, I think I was maybe 12 or 13. You know. Ah, good old water, guys. You know, I do drink meat out of this from time to time, but it's only from time to time. That one wasn't a scald, guys. That one was just I wanted a drink. We still got 4 minutes left before our scald. Mead is a honey wine. It's wine made out of honey. And it's very, very good. You know, and no, it's an alcohol, but I'll never drink it on stream. You know, that's one thing that won't happen. Even during the Feast of Fallen Heroes, it won't happen. And guys, I found some more armor that I made too. I found some of my leather armor that I had made from years ago. Yeah, my people have definitely been drinking it for thousands of years. I'm Swedish, German, Icelandic, Norwegian, and Scandinavian. You know, I'm all Northern European, brother, except for a little bit of Scots-Irish. So I'm all European, man. Hey, Mithail, me and Jinjin were just talking about you, man. We've been missing you, brother. Where you been? Oh. And I posted a new video. Oh, okay, Raymond. We're going to have to go check it out. No, guys, we're 27 minutes in. 28 minutes in now. Turned as soon as I said it. Your mom is Navajo. Penguin, that is amazing. You know, I love Navajo legends. You know, the legends of the Skinwalkers are terrifying to me. I know you can't say them, but the Skinnies are something that I've actually put in my novel. But the fact that your mother is Navajo is incredible. You know, I am with my family in my hometown, so I won't be able to join the stream for some days. Oh, okay, Mithail. I got you. I got you. That's understandable, man. Thank you for coming in and let us know. On your mama's side? Oh, yeah. I got a little bit of Apache, Comanche, and Cherokee in me, but not enough to talk about. It's like the Neanderthal in me. There's not enough to talk about, but I actually have Neanderthal in me. I have like 0.002% Neanderthal. I thought that was awesome. I'm a caveman! The sad part is, I could live like one. But guys, I thank everybody for showing up, for sure. You can see it. Is it just the beard? That's a good one, Xavier. Thank you, Captain Caveman. Oh, man. It's always good to have a stream where you can laugh, guys. If y'all are new here, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, come join the family, share the video. Also go visit my girl at JenHolder976, everybody. She tries her best to make some great videos. She makes some pretty funny content. She sells some pretty tasty foods. So everybody come on in, join the conversation. We're having some fun. It's 30 minutes and it's time for a scald. Scald, everyone. All right. We got a limited amount of water. So we got about maybe one scald left out of this. Thank you, Penguin. Yeah, we could always use a good laugh, especially if you've had a hard day, guys. That's what this channel's about. We try to teach old school wisdom, and we try to make sure you have a better day than when it started. It's kind of like Morning Mojo. We try to help you guys start a good day, and we try to help you guys have a better day in the middle of the day with afternoon hangouts, and then we finish it out with final thoughts. So, excuse me. So, guys, that's the schedule. Thank you, Raymond, for being so sweet. Guys, that's what I'm talking about, guys. We have unity in here. We don't have judgment. We have peace. And, peace of mind and unity is something that is priceless. If you can find a safe place, come join it. If you can find somewhere where you can be yourself and not be judged, join it. Guys. And that's what we try to do here at the Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum. We try to provide you guys with a safe space. Safe space. Safe space. Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm having trouble talking today. Brain's going faster than what I can. Oh, guys, I want to see something. By the way, this little picture here, that little picture right there, that's my backyard. This is where I go hunting at. This is all places I grew up in. So when I say I'm a swamp rat, I mean, guys, I am a swamp rat. Let me see. Where's the good one? I think this is the good one. Yeah, that's the good one. So yeah, guys, that's just some fun little photographs I took out in the thicket. Sorry about the alarm. Yeah, those were all pictures I took out on the thicket and everything like that. The woods that I run around in and have grown up in. They're where I go hunting at. That hog skull that I use for my afternoon hangout, I shot that hog. Guys, and that's what I do. I'm a hog hunter and I'm a fisherman. It's time to wake up, LOL. No, that's more to let me know that it's close to my medication time. It's in case I'm out at a friend's house or something like that. I know I've got a little under an hour to get home in order to get my meds. So that's what that alarm's about. Oh, stretch. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh yeah, I'm always careful with them, dude. They never see me, but every time I see them, they never see again. I'm a pretty dead-on shot with my shotgun. Every time I've seen a hog, I've dropped one. Every single time, except for this one hog that we saw this last time we went into the thicket because we couldn't shoot them now. It's not hog season. Oh, I'm not. I won't forget to take it. Yeah, they are nasty, bro. I've got a prime example of how nasty they can be. Whenever that hog skull that I got out there, their tusks are big. And I'm probably gonna pull all them teeth out and turn them into a necklace, guys. So that might be cool. I'm ready for this month to be over with for sure. I don't know, man. Some people are called lurkers. They like to sit there and lurk in the background and listen. You're from New York. Y'all don't have that stuff there, Xavier? Okay. Yeah, we got big hogs down here, brother. We got some big hogs. Yeah, they just like to lurk back there and just sit back and chill. But guys, they're just watching us. Deciding if they want to join the conversation. We can't get mad at them for that. Do you think I can? I think you can hit 1,000, brother. If I can do it, you can do it, man. And you're so much sweeter than I am. I think you can make it, brother. For sure. Don't never doubt yourself. You're strong, Bubba. You're real strong. Never doubt yourself. Guys, I'm on taking a step off camera real quick for a second, and I will be right back. Jen, will you hold the floor down for me, if you don't mind? And I will be right back, guys. But I do not take my cigarettes or my tobacco on camera. I will never do that because I do have young individuals, and I do not condone the use of tobacco, although I am addicted. Yeah, I'm going to be smoking on my pipe real quick. Now, I will show off craftsmanship. I will show that off, but I will never smoke on camera. So I'll just step behind it real quick and I'll just be talking. So Jen will hold down the floor. This is my pipe. I hand carved it myself from the oak tree outside. All right, give me just a second, guys. Woo-wee. I've been sitting down too long. That's another reason why I wanted to stand up and smoke. Hurting my bum. It was hurting me bum. Can't be hurting the bum. Oh, guys. When I come back, I have forgotten where I put it. Never mind. Never mind. Scratch what I said. Oh, right. Never mind. There they are. I found them. They're right beside my bed. Ha ha. I'm an idiot. All right. There we go. That's all I need. And that's it. All right, guys. All right, here we go. So, this is what I wanted to show you guys right here. First off, this is going to be the journal that I'm going to write down all the rules for my video for my tabletop RPG game, guys. So, this is going to be my rule book for my RPG game. Finally found that one. So my tabletop RPG is called Realms of X-Tier, and we're going to be putting yeah, that's why I bought it. I wanted it to look old school. I wanted it to look really old. All of my books that I'm going to be writing in the series, The Realms of X-Tier and Black and Hills, The Scribesman's Journal, or any of the other Black and Hills novels that I'm going to produce, they're all going to be written like a journal, guys, day by day. So that's why everything is written look like a journal. But I wanted to show you guys this. So that way y'all know whenever I go to produce it, that's what y'all should look for. When I go to produce the game, look for this to be able to learn how to play. Next, I wanted to show y'all this. Not all those who wander are lost. This book right here is my Viking journal. This is my journey through learning my people's history. Everything that I've learned so far. This is everything that I've been studying on my people. So this is my Viking journal, guys. Thank you. I worked really hard on everything. I'm even working on the runes right now. I haven't finished it. You know, I've got to finish researching all the runes, and then I'll be done with it. Now, next, guys, for all of my females that wish to learn anything about Viking heritage or anything like that, or anything about the Vikings period, this is not a bad book. Goddess of the North. You know, Goddess of the North right here. It's not a bad book. You know, it's actually, I would recommend it for anybody who is new into wanting to learn how to understand the Viking religion and as far as the female gods and goddesses go. So, great novel, great book, you know, great history, really well written. And the last is this one here, The Way of Fire and Ice. You know, this is the book that I read, that I've been using for my studies. You know, guys, this guy does a lot of really well-written, really thoroughly researched material. So, can I read it? Which one can I read? The journal? You want me to read the journal, or you want me to read The Way of Fire and Ice? The journal. Okay. It starts with showing the Elder Futhark, and I put my own rune because that rune means me, and my name at the top in runic. But this is the Elder Futhark. This is the Viking alphabet. This is how I started it out. My path starts now in thy glorious way of wisdom and sight. May the teachings of your great and ancient ways guide me true. May my honor always be pleasing to your eyes. May I always be quick to learn and quicker to strike. And lo, may my blade bring low my enemies. Shall I fail in this task, may Heil claim me, and Needhog chew my bones till Ragnarok fall. That is the promise I made to myself. Runes are ancient symbols and glyphs that the Vikings would use. But I'm actually reading from my journal. But these are the 9 noble virtues that every Viking lived by. Courage. I face my fears and defend my family and kindred from all dangers. 2. Discipline. I do what is necessary and right for my own accord, without bribe or threat. 3. Fidelity. I am true to family, friend, kindred, and those whom I pledge my service. Honor. I stand by my oaths and honor my ancestors by keeping my name pure among the kindred. 5. Hospitality. I share hearth, food, and drink with my friends, my kindred, and the weary traveler at my door. 6. Industriousness. I take joy in labor and hold nothing back from the work I pledge to do. 7. Perseverance. I persevere amongst all odds until my goal is met, the task is finished, and I have done all that I have said I will do. 8. Self-reliance. I learn skills and grow strong so that I may earn my way in the world and be no burden to others. 9. Truth. I seek the truth, even when it may be a hard truth. I speak true words and stand in silence I speak true words or stand in silence, and I defend the truth for those who do not honor it. Of course, this insignia right here, this rune right here at the top means heavenly power, and the symbol at the bottom means court or going to a ting. You know, a ting was like when the Vikings would all get together and would create laws and hold trial and things of that sort. So that was a symbol for a ting. There's the 9 charges. To maintain candor and fidelity in love and devotion to the tried friend, though he strike me, I will do him no scathe. 2. Never to make wrong some oath, for great and grim is the reward for breaking the pledged oath. 3. To deal not hardly with the humble and the lowly. 4. To remember the respect that is due to the great age. In other words, respect your elders. 5. Suffer no evil to go unreminded, and to fight against the enemies of faith, folk, and family. My foes I will fight in the field, nor will I stay to be burnt in my home. 6. To successor the friendless, but to put no faith in the pledged word of a strange people. In other words, you know, if there's somebody and you feel like there's just something wrong with them, don't trust them. You know, guys, can't trust everything you hear. 7. If I hear the fool's word of a drunken man, I will strive not. For many a grief and the very death groweth from out of such things. In other words, don't listen to a fool's words. You know, if he's a fool, don't listen to him. And 8, to give kind heed to the dead man, straw dead, sea dead, or sword dead. 9, to abide by the enactments of the lawful authority and to bear with courage the decrees of the norms. That's just a little bit of it, guys. You know, I'll read some of it later on. All right? But there's more that goes into it. There's the 14 codes of ethics. And then it gets into the 9 vices. And then it gets into the gods after that. After I get to this point here, we'll be getting to the very gods themselves. The Rock is here! Thank you very much, Penguin. Don't eat my book. That's my Bible. That's my Bible. That's my Bible. You don't eat my Bible. No. Oh, man. We are about at the 50-minute mark, guys. So I'm filling me up a horn. Glub, 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 glub. And we gonna sit here. That my Bible. Yeah, ain't that my Bible. I like to be silly from time to time, guys. Forgive me. But you know what they say, life is too serious. Don't take life too seriously. You'll never get out alive. No one gets out of life alive. You know, guys? So, thank you, Penguin. But you know what, guys? It's been a great day. I feel really, really happy tonight. I just have to say thank you all. Y'all have been so amazing. Oh, did you get to look at the art? I also did a little video explaining everything. Yes, I did. The one where you were bleeding on the, that. I liked it. Oh, speaking of that, Rock, Here's some of my art right here. It's old and weathered, but that bracer right here I made years ago whenever I was homeless. It was so that when I caught alligator gar or something like that, they could bite onto this instead of me. Yeah, and I also have the shoulder guards to match, although I got to wash them up, man. Please forgive how they look. They've been in storage for a while. I got to grease and oil them up. But they've also been weathered as well because I can tell you these have been through HEMA quite often. You know, I took a lot of blows to the shoulder. But, of course, Rock's always hungry. She's like a Nambi. She got a nom on everything. Guys, no. Don't eat me. You'll turn into a Wendigo. A diabetic Wendigo. With high cholesterol. And IBS. And indigestion. Scald, guys. Oh, we got the last little bit of water to save for the final scald of the night, which comes in just under 9 minutes, guys. You know, but I'm glad I can make y'all laugh. I try to be as funny as possible. Sometimes, guys, you know, it all depends on my mood. It depends on which personality's out at the time. Because to be honest, I got 87 and counting. You know, guys, and that's the problem with being schizophrenic. You know, you gotta focus on one. There's too many. It's kind of like split up in this bitch. Pardon the language. Excuse my French. Oh, man, guys. So we got 12 likes tonight. We didn't reach our 20 like goal. But maybe we got a couple subscribers, hopefully. Schizophrenia. Well, when you can spell it, you can eat it. Schizophrenia is where you see things that aren't quite there. And in my case, I have audio-visual hallucinations, which means that I see and hear things. You know, in fact, I draw what I see. Hope you're not squeamish. All right. Let me do. I see things like this. Like him. He's the worst. I call him the heartbroken. I see him, I tend to freak out. Let's see. That's for the book. That's for the book. That's for the book. Although sometimes I can see some cool stuff. Sometimes I can see some neat things. Thank you. And then sometimes I see, most of the time they're terrifying. You know, most of the time they're scary as they can be. But sometimes what I see is pretty cool looking. I call them Reese's. But this is just one of the many things that I see. I haven't got any for sale yet, but I've had so many people ask me that I'm about to start doing some art and just sell it. Yeah, dinosaur person. Rock, which one did you see in the hallway? Let's see, here's one of the pretty ones that I've seen. Oh, the one that was sitting down? Okay. Some of them are downright terrifying. That's a representation of one of my personalities. I call him Trios, the Wrathful Destroyer. Oh, show the jellyfish? Let me go get the jellyfish. I gotta go get the jelly belly fish. I am gonna start doing artwork just for sale. You know, guys, I'm probably gonna take a whole day to do it. Hello, Louise. How are you doing, my friend? But there, oh, you pain in the butt. There's the jellyfish. Are my happy little jellyfish. How do you see them? Like, when do your eyes are closed or something? No, I see them all the time. You know, if I'm not on my medication, they could just be standing in the room. You know, they could form out of the shapes of the wall. You know. See you later, Rock. I'm doing good, Louise. We're just sitting here talking about, we talked a little bit about my ancestry because I found my Bible that I was writing. I understand, Xavier, for sure. I'll definitely draw something down for you and send you something because, you know, I also do dragons, but this is my best. This is my absolute best. That's one of the things that I see too. That kind of came running at me out of the shadows one day. No, that's all good, Louise. Yeah. And then we've got, let's see. This one I've showed many people before. That's what I see just before I have a seizure. Every time. Doesn't matter if I'm on my meds or not. I'll see this thing just before I have a seizure every single time. I call it a soul thief. But yeah, these are all just, you know what? If you want an artwork, I will color in the background of this for you, Xavier. And if you want it, I will sign it and you can have it. And I will send it to you. But I need your email address and I need your physical address later on. Yes, I am an epileptic schizophrenic. Yeah, Xavier, I can literally, I can send you this dragon and I'll just finish up the skies for it. Yeah, Jen had a busy day today. Yeah, it was a good day, though. It definitely was a good day. We ended up not having as many trolls, that's for sure. But yeah, I can send you the dragon picture, Xavier, if you like that one. Thank you. I'll finish coloring the background for the dragon picture, and I'll send you that one, okay? That ought to be cool. And it's already, I just realized it's already autographed at the bottom. So, no problem, man. Just leave a comment down below, brother, in my one of my earliest videos, probably one of my shorts, and I'll take and go to your channel and I'll comment on yours and leave you my email address, and then you can just email me and we'll exchange information and everything like that, and we'll send you a pic. All right. And you can have the dragon one right here. I'll just color in the background, make it look real cool. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work just fine. All right, guys. Thank you, Xavier. be so cool for you to be literally sitting there showing off my art to people. That would be awesome. To know somebody's doing that would be absolutely incredible. Do I ship to the United Kingdom? I've never tried, so I couldn't answer that. I've never shipped to New York. I've never shipped nothing. You live in Canada, Penguin? That's awesome. I've always wanted to visit Canada. There it is. Before it spills all over stuff. I've always wanted to visit Canada, to be honest. I've always thought it'd be so much fun. You know, but yeah, we'll definitely finish coloring this in. We'll send it your way. And give it a nice, good background of a sunset. Oh, Canada. I don't know the rest of the song. But yeah, we'll send you the drag. Scald for the last little bit, man. You got the first two words right. Yep, that's it. That's all I know. But anywho, you know, I'm glad that everybody showed up today. Thank y'all so much. But I'm getting hollered for dinner. So love you guys. Y'all are the backbone of the channel, lifeblood of YouTube, and I am hungry. So thank y'all so much for y'all's support today. We had wonderful conversations. We met some great new people. And Xavier's getting a picture from me, so that's absolutely incredible. You know, guys, and we're going to be able to take and get this all started and everything, guys. So thank y'all so much for being such incredible people and for showing such amazing support. Y'all have been just an absolute blast for me. But anyway, guys, love y'all. Talk to you later. And remember, see it from the swamp, later from the gator. Love you, mama. Love you, papa. Love yourself. Be kind. Always find a way to help everybody. We'll see you next time, right here, live from my dad's. Itchy, itchy.